Oh man, I really want to take it off, but it's cool. What's on the bun? Oh, can we just...
Okay, yesterday the strangest thing happened, and we ended up saving a goanna from a thong. Now I know that sounds crazy, especially if you're not from Australia and you don't know what I mean when I say thong, so let me explain that firstly. A goanna firstly is a really big lizard. It's a type of monitor, and a thong is one of these. So what you probably call flip-flops or jandals if you're from New Zealand. And yeah, so we went out to Jungtian Temple. My sister-in-law is visiting Australia, and so we thought we'd take her to some nice places while she's here. So we took her out to Jungtian Temple to the tea house to have some kumquat tea and some of the other stuff that they've got there. And then we decided to walk around. We decided to walk around the lake that's beside the temple. And we got near the end and we saw this guy, and he was looking really strange, like he was up to something. So he was looking into the bushes, and when we got close he said, oh, there's a lizard, a big lizard in there with like a sandal around its neck. So we had a look, and sure enough there was a reasonable, maybe a medium-sized goanna with a thong stuck, a rubber thong stuck around its neck, and it was really restricting its movement, and we were worried it actually might affect its ability to eat or to breathe as well. So we did what you need to do when you come across an animal in need in Australia, is call 1300 animal. But the problem was that when we finally did get through to them, they couldn't really give us a time frame on when they could send somebody out to see if they could help the animal. And so we kept an eye on it and we waited, but after a while it got into a position where we thought, hey, maybe we can help it. Now you've got to be really careful with goannas. They've got really sharp claws, and you know, it's not something I would advise people rushing into. But luckily the guy that had spotted the lizard in the first place was a vet from Chile. So he hadn't encountered goannas before, but he did know how to deal with animals, and that was certainly something that was helpful to us. So we ended up getting either side of it, and we managed to catch the animal. So I held its body down, and Chris, the guy from Chile, the vet, managed to get the thong off its neck, and it ran off into the bushes. So we were really happy to have been able to help it. Didn't get any of it on film, unfortunately, because we were just too busy doing it rather than thinking about sharing it later. We just wanted to help the animal. But later we did see the goanna run up a tree, and so this is what you see here. So yeah, a bit of an Australian experience for my sister-in-law who was visiting, and for Chris, but it just really gives the message that you need to be careful with your rubbish. Don't leave things lying around, because it can affect the native wildlife in a negative way. You know, you see a lot of videos about, you know, turtles choking on plastic bags in the ocean, and, you know, animals getting caught in plastic and stuff that we throw away. So even an innocent looking thong can actually cause trouble. So definitely when you're in Australia, be mindful, you know, and chuck your rubbish in the bin, in the trash can if you're American, and you know, because it can affect the animals here. So that's it for today. Just wanted to share that because it was a pretty cool experience. We did feel great to have helped that animal like that. Yeah, so I can't really guarantee that there's going to be more stories like this, but still subscribe anyway, because, you know, there's going to be some interesting things to watch. And hit the like button. Share this video with your friends so that they can be aware to not be leaving their rubbish around when they're in Australia. And thanks for watching. See you next time.